Good evening, everybody. It's so good to see some familiar faces, some new faces. Welcome to our fabulous masterclass tonight. I'm just going to give it a few minutes before we start, allowing people in.
Hello. So many lovely familiar faces and some new people, which is always nice.
Absolutely.
At least new to me.
So what I'm going to do is, Soleh, I'm going to start. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Cindy Holmes. I kind of am the conductor of the School of Intuition and Healing, and a lot of other things as well. And what I would love to do is just introduce our topic tonight while Soleh lets in people that are coming in. We're going to look at harnessing collective energy tonight. Techniques from remote healing to higher consciousness activation. We're going to learn remote healing techniques, experience collective energy activation, elevate our consciousness, strengthen your intuition and energy sensitivity. And most importantly, we're going to contribute some energy to what is a very interesting landscape, from wars to astrology to natural disasters. And I don't know what Soleh is going to deliver tonight, but just really hoping for each and every one of us to anchor in our heart space, connect, and really be able to spread some form of higher vibration for ourselves and others tonight. Soleh, who is somebody I work with a lot. Sometimes we like sisters, sometimes we are good friends, but we walked a long journey and we kind of bounce off each other, which is great fun. So Soleh, welcome. I'm so excited to have you here. Soleh is a spiritual channel, teacher, mentor. She's accredited on the healing course. She is a tutor on our healing course in London and online. And she is also facilitating and holding the energy of our accredited tarot course, which is currently running. Above that, she knows loads about crystals. She's a Reiki master. And for her sin, she's my friend. Yeah. Soleh, a big warm welcome to you.
Yeah.
And I hope everyone is going to enjoy this evening.
Thank you, Cindy. I love this introduction. So yes, I love learning and I love teaching. So you have summarized my personality really well. And this evening we are going to talk about healing, but specifically healing in current times, in this new era. And I really want to bring our focus on the topic of community and community consciousness. What does that even mean? And really sharpening our senses to feel into different types of community, different types of group energy, so that we can recognize them and work with them for our personal benefit, but also for the benefit of the community. And then we are going to talk about remote healing as one of the tools that is really coming up a lot in the past few years. Of course, by necessity, with COVID, we all had to go back to our notes from the healing course and our printouts and figure out how to freshen up that part of our skills. But actually, what this is opening up for us right now, especially from a community perspective, is the ability to really work with much larger communities and more international communities as well. So this is why the two things are coming together this evening. I would like you all to join me in a little visualization to get us started, to get the energy nice, grounded and clear. And what we are going to do this evening is I really want us to try and feel into all sorts of different things, because I think experiencing energy is really the best time, the best way to really improve our skills and expanding. So we're going to experiment with different things this evening. So our visualization this evening is going to be maybe a little bit different from what you have experienced in the past, and we're going to focus on community and community consciousness. So I invite you all to find find a nice comfortable spot on your chair or sofa or bed. And if possible, uncross your legs, uncross your arms. And if you have an opportunity of making contact with the ground, that's always quite nice, gets us nice and anchored where we are. And if you feel comfortable, close your eyes. And let's take a moment and allow the body to guide us to just a rhythm in our breathing that feels comfortable. Just allow the body to guide you. And use this time to tweak your position. Stretch a little bit, just reconnecting with the wisdom of the body. And working as an individual with your own energy, visualize one root growing out from your base chakra and traveling all the way down into the earth, reaching the center of the planet, and feel that lovely grounding energy. It's almost like a heartbeat, grounding and supportive. And bring this energy up into your own energy, using this one root, this one connection, bringing it up into your own field, traveling all the way up into your base, and allow this beautiful grounding energy to replenish you, make you feel safe, to hold you, and to expand your own energy field. Feel your base expanding and allow this beautiful wave to go up all the way at the front, all the way at the back, left and right, expanding your chakras, expanding your energy, expanding all the different layers, physical, the emotional, the mental, and the spiritual. Visualize this beautiful grounding energy going all the way up to the top of your head. And from there, visualize your crown chakra also expanding and connecting to the highest vibration, the highest source of light that is available to you at this time. And feel this peaceful energy coming through, clear and cleansing. And notice how as it falls down, feel cleansed and renewed. You shed some old layers, you shed some energy that no longer serves you. You feel nicely grounded, but also lighter in your energy. And now that you are grounded and connected with the highest vibration that is available to you, centering your heart, now really get a good sense for how your individual energy is feeling. And try to do this without judgment. Just connect with your energy as it's feeling tonight. And if you feel that there is something that is a little bit imbalanced, if you feel a little bit tired, a little bit depleted, just from your heart space, set the intention to receive healing for your highest good as needed. And now I would like you to place yourself in a lovely bubble of protection. This is a bubble of high vibration energy of any color that you feel is appropriate for you at this time. And it's large enough to contain the entirety of your expanded energy. Above and below you, right and left side, in front and behind you. A cozy, safe bubble of protection, but it's strong, yet really comfortable to be in. And from this energetic space, I would like you to look out of your bubble and see if you can connect, perhaps in the distance, with other people that are in this group, other people that are either here live or watching the replay. Get a sense for their highest vibration. Connect with them at their highest vibration. This could be their higher selves or the highest vibration of their energy. And get a sense for this collective of people. Who else is around? What does this energy feel like? And again, we are connecting at the highest vibration. We're not connecting on a human level, we're connecting at that high vibration. And get a sense for the similarities, the differences in energy in this collective space. Perhaps you might see some colors or maybe a difference in density of energy. Hear some sounds, maybe a smell or a scent. Just connect with how this is different from your own energy and what comes up for you. And please remember, you're still in your nice, protected and private little bubble that keeps you safe. So you can have a little look around and make some connections, but you're still within your energy. And now that you've done this, please set the intention that as a collective, as a group, everyone that is with us tonight and everyone who is watching this replay is safe, grounded, clear, and protected in their energy for their highest good, and if they so wish to receive our intention. And now visualize yourselves taking a little step back from this energy, regrounding yourself in your own bubble. Visualize yourself releasing any loving connections or cords that might have formed, and really regrounding yourself in your own energy. Ask for clearing if you need a little cleanse, if maybe you were a little bit too enthusiastic in connecting with the collective energy. Check your grounding and affirm to yourself, I am grounded, I am clear, I am protected. And when you're ready, once more, allow the wisdom of your body to bring yourself back with a little stretch, a little bit of movement. And when you're ready, open your eyes. So hopefully this very simple exercise has made you think about the difference between your energy and the energy of other people. When we jump into a Zoom call, in a meeting, in a family gathering, we just get involved, whether it is for work, whether we want to learn something, we just jump into the energy. But there are different layers to this energy. Of course, there is our own, then there is the energy of the individuals, but then there is the highest vibration or the higher selves of the individuals in that space. But then there is a very unique vibration that we create when we all come together. This is almost like imagine we all bring our own note, our own vibration is like, or our own song. And when we are together, we create a joint playlist. And that unique playlist is only created when a specific group of people come together. So why is this important to note? Because we can work individually, we can work on a higher self perspective, from a higher self perspective, and we can obviously work on a group perspective. Beyond this, on a macro level, so we're seeing this on a group level here and now from the perspective of this group that we have tonight or people that are going to watch the recording. But imagine zooming out, there are so many groups that we're part of and we don't even think about it. So all of us will have friends, work colleagues, family members. Maybe we live in a building block when there are like different people living in the same building, or we might live in a town, in a village. And then imagine again yourself zooming out geographically. We're part maybe of a certain county or a certain district, of a certain country, of a certain hemisphere, etc., etc., etc. But we're also part of a lot of other communities. We might be part of special interest groups online or in person. Maybe we like gardening, maybe we like swimming, and we have groups that we're part of. We might be part of groups maybe from our belief system, like religious groups or political parties, or maybe we do some activism. So think about all this different consciousness and group consciousness that you are part. It's a very layered group consciousness that you're part of. And all of these different layers, if you can imagine all of us, all of the billion of people in the world, with all of these different groups and communities that we're part of, if we take all of that and the energy of all of that and we take it one vibration higher, that's when we start understanding what community consciousness really is about. Is that elevated, is basically the higher selves of all the communities that we're part of, is the higher vibration, the higher manifestation of being part of a community. And when we work in group settings, we are referring, as I said, to the individual here and now. We're referring to the higher self. We're referring to the consciousness and the energy of that group. But the additional level is that community consciousness on an elevated global consciousness level. Does that make sense? All the different levels. Now, this is extremely layered, but it's also extremely powerful. Because when you think about this, there are so many different levels where you can do remote work and really work with intention to focus on shifting patterns, energetic routines, identifying and releasing cords, identifying and releasing contracts. Think about this from an ancestral perspective as well. You can work ancestrally on a community level. So there are all the techniques that, for example, for me that I've learned at the healing course at the school and that now I'm teaching, all of those techniques that we learn and teach one-to-one with our clients, we can almost like ×2 or ×1 million on all of these different levels. And we're going to try and test a couple of them this evening. Now, obviously, there is a very big question here, which is consent. Right? And I know, Cindy, we always talk about consent and boundaries with our code of conduct at the healing course. We're always very clear with boundaries. How do we work in a way that is effective at a group level, at a community level, but still stays within consent? Because I always say, put yourself in the receiving end of this. If someone sent you healing, or if someone did energetic work on you without your knowledge or your acknowledgement and your consent, you wouldn't love that, would you? It's not great to be on the receiving end on that. And so the way that we work is, one, we never work on the physical vibration when we work on a group level. So let's say Cindy and I are part of a group. I would never work without specific and explicit consent on that physical vibration. I would bring myself up to my higher self, and I would work on a higher self level, not just with Cindy individually, but with all the people that are present on a higher consciousness. And I wouldn't impose the healing, I would offer. It's almost like you have this gathering of higher selves, and there is a table, and you are kind of offering a dish for them to partake if they wish to. So this is very important, because we're not messing with individual lessons. We're not messing with individual parts and purposes. We're not messing with individual timelines. And there is an entire different conversation about timelines and timelines shifting at the moment. So when we work that way, we work on a high vibration that goes beyond the here and now, and the quite normal limitations that we have as humans, but it also goes to work in a way that is based on consent. And so the higher self can say, you know what, this is not for my highest good, so I'm going to sit this one out. But other people in that collective might say, yes, I would like this to happen. And we always work with the intent of healing in whatever form healing might manifest, versus outcome. Does that make sense? That we work on the intention of channeling the healing versus saying, I want everyone this evening to do this. It's more like, I would like to offer this healing to everyone this evening in whichever way is appropriate for you at this time. But we're not outcome led. Does that make sense for everyone? Yeah. So, I'm going to go. There you go. Thank goodness for microphones that you can mute yourself in real. See the beauty of being remote. In real life, you can't quite do that. So now that we have these elements, really, why is it so important to talk about community at this time? I always like to talk about, I created this job title for myself. I call myself like an energy futurist. I always like to look at energy trends and what's coming up for us on a macro level. And I'm sure all of us have learned about eclipse season, the new era, shifting in timelines, upgrades, and all of that. But what this means is that as healers, and I really believe we're all healers, whether we have, a journey behind ourselves or we are in the process of getting in that journey, but we are healers. And for me, that definition is someone who wants to heal themselves so they can heal others, right? The healer is not the one with the halo. Is someone that is interested in helping and supporting others by helping and supporting themselves. So as healers, we are in a particular place where we need to upgrade our healing tools. So and I know, Cindy, you've been talking about this a lot recently as well. We are working with macro energies, with consciousnesses. Is that a word? With consciousnesses of different vibrations. So one of these is community. There is the consciousness of joy. There is the consciousness of evolution. There is the consciousness, like there are many different love, different pillars. But for us to be aware of this, it really changes the game in a couple of different ways. One, you can tap into this community wisdom. This is like the internet of energy healing. You can tap into, or even like the AI of energy healing. You can tap into that collective energy. You can go in and receive information, receive healing from the collective, but you can also go in and contribute to it. So, you know, sometimes we feel like, I wish I could do more. I'm reading the news and I feel like there isn't enough for me to do. This is one way that we can approach this. Does that make sense? As kind of a general feel of things and a general kind of landscape of where we are right now?
So if I can just say, anyone, if you've got any questions while we go, don't leave all your questions to the end. If Soleil says something that you know you want further clarity or whatever, pop it in the chat. I'll interrupt her for you on your behalf, and we can get clarity on that as we go. So please don't be shy to do that.
Yeah, good. So, oh, thank you. So something I mentioned at the beginning, remote healing is a tool that is particularly powerful. And so I would like to invite all of you to do a little healing session here. And don't worry if you're not a qualified certified healer. I will share some of the knowledge that I have, that I learned personally at the school, and then I teach at the healing course as well, to just give you like 15 minutes or 10 minutes healer badge that you can use for this exercise that we can use together. So the first thing that I would like you to do is to bring into your awareness a community that you would like to work with. So community can be your family, can be 2-3 people, can be a larger group, for example, people that you work with, if you're an office worker, people that work with you. It could be someone maybe that you're learning with. Let's say you're doing a course, you're learning to dance, maybe you have a group of people that are learning with you. It can also be a community that goes beyond this. So think about maybe, as I said at the beginning, a passion that you have, an interest that you have, a certain group that you're following, maybe the people that you haven't met in person necessarily, but bring this community or this energy into your awareness. And then before we go into anything, I just want to give you like a moment to think about what comes to your awareness and what you feel is appropriate. Okay. Do we all have one? You can go as small or as big as you like. Okay. Good. So now I will invite you to do something that is called a gap process. Again, we teach this in the healing course, and it's basically how we keep ourselves anchored and attuned, and we ask for all the due permissions to do the healing. Can it be a group of animals? Yes, absolutely, it can be a group of animals. Yes, I do believe that animals have souls and consciousness. Someone once asked me, oh, do you think animals have souls? I'm like, well, sometimes I have doubts about humans, but animals, yes, for sure, 100%. So yes, it can be a group of animals for sure. Obviously, the feelings and senses that you will get are going to be a little bit different, but you can absolutely work with animals as well. So I'm going to talk you through this initial process, which is the process that we would do for any healing, and it applies for a group healing and remote healing as well. And then I'm going to ask you to bring into your awareness this community, and I will give you specific guidance of how to work with this community, okay? Especially if it's someone that you know, especially if you have a very specific outcome in mind, there will be something inside of you that will pull you to do something, to either tweak, manipulate, redirect something. Let's not do that. So I will give you specific steps on how to stay at that highest vibration that we possibly can. And then we're going to do the healing work, and then we're going to come back. Okay? Good. Right. So let's get started by, again, connecting with our own energy first. Especially when we do group and community work, it's really important that we have a strong anchoring in our own energy. And even more so if this work is remote. Really feeling into your own energy, how you're feeling, and be honest, no judgment. If you're a little bit tired, if you're a bit congested, if you're a little bit tense or stressed, that's fine. It doesn't matter. We're human, we have limitations, we can't always feel 10 out of 10, so it's okay to experience that. But being honest about it means that we have an exact attunement with how we're feeling now. So I ask you to make that connection. And once again, visualize a strong root growing out from your base chakra and going into the center of the earth. And from there, visualize strong grounding energy traveling up into your own energetic system. See your base chakra expanding, feeling replenished and grounded. Visualize grounding energy going up to your sacral. Visualize this energy center expanding at the front and at the back. This is typically associated with the color orange, if that helps you visualizing it. Go up to your solar plexus. And again, visualize this beautiful grounding energy expanding your solar plexus at the front and at the back. And if it helps, you can visualize this with a yellow color. Go up your heart center. And feel your energy expanding at the front and at the back. You can visualize this energy either as a green or a pink, whichever feels most comfortable and appropriate for you at this time. Go up to your throat chakra. Visualize this expanding at the front and the back, still fueled by that beautiful wave of grounding energy that comes from the center of the earth. Expand your throat chakra, the front and the back, and you can visualize it in a light blue color. Go up to your brow chakra and expand this energy center at the front and the back. And you can visualize this chakra as an indigo or purpley color. Now let's bring grounding energy all the way up to your crown. And expand this energy center, and some of you might notice it's a white or silvery or golden color. Just go for whatever feels most appropriate for you at this time. And from the very top of your head, again, we're going to go up to the highest vibration, the highest source of light that is available to you at this time. And feel yourself attuning to that vibration. Bringing it down into your own energy, allow it to pour into your own vibration, mixing with grounding energy, mixing with your own energy, and then sit in the heart center. Allow it to become nice and expanded into your heart center. And from this place of peace and non-judgment, we're going to once again check our protection and ask for additional protection as needed for the highest good of everyone involved. And this can be working with guides, gatekeepers, supportive ancestors, spirit guide and spirit animals, ascended masters. Just go for whatever is most appropriate for you at this time. And if you don't work with any specific vibration, just set the intention that the highest vibration entity or being available to you at this time will protect the space for you. And then we go into our very important step of connecting with our higher self. And from there, I'm going to ask you from this high vibration, it's almost like the highest vibration of your own being, your higher self. I'm going to ask you to bring into your awareness this group or community that you have selected at the beginning of this journey. Bring that into your awareness, and specifically, I would like you to bring into your awareness the highest vibration of this community. So we're calling in the community consciousness of this group. And we're calling it in for the highest good of all involved. And you might notice a connection with other higher selves. You might get a sense for the collective energy. You might get a sense for this community consciousness. Right? And from this vibration, I would like you to ask for permission to offer, channel the healing of the highest vibration for the highest good of all involved. And you might get a couple of people stepping forward. You might get a change in the collective energy. Just be open to receiving either a yes or a no. If it's a no, that's okay. Perhaps the time is not appropriate. And you can just listen to the rest of this visualization. If you get a yes, and once again, we're working for the highest good of all involved and the highest vibration of this group or collective. And now I would like you to visualize either an issue or a topic, perhaps it's a specific conversation, just one specific aspect of this community where you would like to send healing to. And again, please remember that we're sending healing at the highest vibration and that we're sending healing without a specific outcome attached to the work that we're doing. So bring one topic or one area or one issue into your awareness and get a sense, again, at this high vibration, not on a physical level, the high vibration. How does this issue look? And perhaps you might find it looks a little bit different as we look at it from this higher vibration perspective. Just take a moment to get a sense for the energy. Now, please remind yourself for your strong and safe grounding. Remind yourself of the fact that you are attuned to the highest vibration, the highest source of light. Once again, center yourself in your heart. Remind yourself that you are protected and supported and that you're working for the highest good of all involved as individuals and at a group level. And with this clear intention that we're offering healing without judgment, without an outcome in mind, please visualize healing energy pouring into your crown. Visualize yourself as a channel of this beautiful high vibration energy. We're not using our own individual energy, we are channeling this beautiful healing energy, allowing a space for this healing to happen. We're holding space for this healing to happen. Visualize this beautiful healing energy channeling into your own crown and going into your heart space, this beautiful, peaceful heart space. Visualize it and traveling into your arms and into your hands. You might want to extend your hands out, or just visualizing this beautiful healing energy that you are channeling. Once again, not yours, it's a higher vibration energy pouring into you and you channeling it either on the issue, conversation, or topic, or aspect, this community that you would like to offer healing to. And just visualize this beautiful healing flowing through you, this high vibration, setting intention that is received at the highest vibrational level. And each and every individual member can either consent or not consent to receiving this healing as appropriate for them at this time. Just allow some time for this to be channeled. From this specific issue that you brought to your attention, I'm going to ask you to now broaden the scope and just offer healing to this group. Again, at the highest vibration, highest self level, the consciousness of the group and the higher community consciousness that is also involved, offering healing for the highest good of all involved. And because you are also part of this group and community, you can also, if you wish to, consent to receive the healing for yourself as part of this group. I'm going to start making our way back into our individuality. So first of all, I would like you to gently disconnect from this group consciousness, from this community consciousness, knowing that you can go back if you wish to and work for the highest good of all involved. Visualize drawing in your energy, starting being a little bit more focused on your own individual energy. We set the intention that any at all cords or connections, being loving or otherwise, are dissolved, so that you go back into your own individual energy without taking anything that doesn't belong to you and without giving away any of your own energy. And now visualize yourself completely disconnected from this group. And visualize yourself back into your physical body, surrounded by a beautifully cleansing and clearing shower of light that cleanses and clears any connections that you've made to this group consciousness, to the higher selves of other individuals, brings you back into your own energy and cleanses and clears anything that does not belong to you. And as you do that, this energy gets transmuted and safely released. And make sure that you really visualize this cleansing energy surrounding the entirety of your own energy. Pay particular attention at your back, the front, right, left side, above and below you. And remember, your energy is bigger than your physical body. So you want to cleanse all the different layers. And as you cleanse your energy, also visualize your energy drawing in, coming back in to a more regular type of expansion, more of a day-to-day type of energy. It's helpful at this time to reconnect with our body and reconnect with our grounding. So see if you need to adjust that as you're back into your own body. And once again, affirm, I am grounded, I am clear, I am protected. And use the wisdom of your body to guide you back into the physical space around you. Have a little stretch and open your eyes when you're ready. Okay. Let's have a little sip of water. If you have some water with you, we can go, as you probably notice, quite deep with this work when we work at group level. We can almost forget ourselves. So this is why it's so important that we ground ourselves very strongly at the beginning, and then that we bring ourselves back into our own energy. Please let us know in the chat. Did you all manage to follow the process? Did you have an interaction with the group? Did you notice anything?
Yeah, that was really beautiful. I did it, and there was definitely a shift in the energy, which makes me really excited for Saturday, because I did a healing on the Cape Town community for our open day on Saturday.
Amazing, amazing.
Yeah, but there was definitely a shift.
Lovely. So actually, you raise a very good point. I think I briefly mentioned this, but you don't need to know every single person in this community. So I know you know a lot of people that are going to come, and you're like the quintessential community person. But if there is someone that you don't know within a group of people, I briefly mentioned this earlier, you can also work with that community consciousness. Like when you think about it, it's incredible. We are already part of groups that we haven't even been in. Think about it. So if you're thinking of joining an event, joining a group, you're already part of that consciousness, although you haven't made the decision yet. And actually, this is a conversation that sometimes I have with students that are thinking of joining a course, being like the tarot course or the healing course or whatever that might be. And sometimes they're like, I feel ready, but I don't know. I felt ready 6 months ago. I don't know why I didn't join 6 months ago. And sometimes, like, well, your group consciousness was waiting for you for this specific group. And then it's incredible, like people like, oh, I feel like I met this person in a past life. Oh yeah, I feel we have this connection. And then there is a reason why people end up in the same group. So that is incredible for me to think about. We are already part of a consciousness of a group that maybe we haven't even joined yet, which is quite magical, I think. So let me know if you have any questions, by the way, at this point. Okay, but hopefully everyone was able to follow this. Now you can see how this is a loving way to also work with conflict and disagreements, because it really brings us at a higher vibration that is beyond the here and now. So especially if we're thinking, for example, work situations where there is conflict, or family situations where there is conflict, not to mention that we can do this also for actual conflict like war, for example. So this is, if you want to do this as maybe like your weekly practice, you can have, maybe you have a cause that is particularly close to your heart, being war or being a specific issue in the world, you can do the same steps, and please make sure that you're very well anchored. Please make sure that you're very well protected and that you disconnect at the end. But following these steps, you can also get a feel for the community first, and that community energy first, and that group energy first, and then offer the healing. Okay. I want to do one additional exercise before we finish.
There's a specific question from Cecilia.
Yes. Once. There you go.
So
yes, Cecilia, this is such a beautiful question. Thank you. She says, would you have any specific guidance for sending energy toward zones? So my suggestion would be, it can be very overwhelming. And sometimes even at a higher self perspective, it can be quite tumultuous, and it can be quite, I don't want to say that there is conflict at a higher self, but it can maybe be not quite as smooth as you're used to maybe experience that higher self vibration. My suggestion would be, it's a massive topic. Perhaps you could start with a subset of people. So you might want to start with someone who has been wounded, or you might want to start with someone who is experiencing famine, or you might want to start with someone who is a child, and focus your intention on that one aspect, which is huge in itself, right? When you think about the magnitude of the issue. Definitely, I would say to you, make sure that you feel good and safe and grounded in your energy. Make sure that you have nice, strong protection and that you're nicely anchored. And it's very hard with words, because for as much as we try to be our best spiritual selves, we also have human opinions, right? And we think this part is right, this part is wrong, etc. So really trying to be in that non-judgmental energy really helps, and focusing on one topic or one issue. It could be like the victims of this specific day of bombing on this specific city at this specific time, for example, which is, when you think about it, is really big anyway, even if you don't take the entire energy of war. And then what you can do is send that healing and really make sure at the end of it that you do your disconnection properly, that you do your cleansing properly, and you really reground yourself in your energy, and you do really nice, strong protection again at the end. Perhaps what you could start doing, if you're called to do this type of work, think about smaller conflicts. And this could be something as simple as, there was a fight at the local pub 2 days ago. And I know that I'm talking about something very small compared to that massive energy, but it's a good way to start working on a positive, empowering, and safe way with the energy of conflict. We don't need to go all out into the big war and conflicts straight away. Yeah. Cindy.
And just something that I've found when guiding group meditations around this, is that please, not only to the victims, but also to the perpetrators, because that brings in a massive balance around the healing is needed on both sides. And that brings you into the heart space and really focusing on that in the heart. And sometimes that can be very triggering for you around that. So be aware if it's triggering, how can I work with it? But as you become more in the heart with this practice and this work, you are able to do that. And so I really encourage the perpetrators of the victims, or of, and it doesn't need to be sides, they're perpetrators and victims on both sides, so of war. So it's really, it's a collective healing, if that makes sense, around and really being in the heart with this I think is really important to the collective healing consciousness of that.
Very important. Yes, thank you. And Claire, you said felt the colors filling my bubble back, and I believe you were working with animals, right? Yes. So felt the importance of protecting myself, disconnecting ties when coming back to myself. This is such a good comment because I don't know about you, but I'm a massive animal lover. So my initial instinct would be like, I don't need to protect myself from my pets. Like they love me and I love them. We don't need to protect each other. But once again, and this applies to pets and animals and loved ones, it is good energetic hygiene, even for our closest loved ones, being two-legged or four-legged, it's really important. And really, your example brings to life how it's important even in situations where we feel like, oh no, they're not going to invade my space. But sometimes it's just a natural lack of boundaries. So yeah, very good point there. Thank you. Okay. I know that we have a couple of more things to cover. Really, before we go, I want to do our final exercise where we go and tap into community consciousness, specifically community wisdom, and bring that into our own energy. So we're gone in, we're done the healing, but it kind of works the other way around. We can also receive from this community consciousness. So I want to do that as a final exercise, which then is going to I think, Cindy, our closing exercise as well.
Yes,
Is
please.
there anything else that we want to cover? My physical body, boldness, yeah. So different experiences for everyone. Yeah. Is there anything else that you want to cover before I go into this final part?
Not from my side.
Okay. Now, if there are no more questions, what I would like you to bring into your attention and awareness is any other issue, need, or desire that comes to your awareness now. So this could be something like a block that you have right now, a desire for something that you want to achieve, a need that you have, and it can be very small, it can be big, it can be on a physical level, it can be emotional level, mental, or spiritual. Just take a moment to see what comes up for you. And it can be trivial, don't worry, it doesn't have to be a big self-development quest. Anything that comes to you that is appropriate at this time, just take one moment to identify that. I'll just give you a moment so that you can come up with the one that resonates with you. And please don't worry, you can come back and watch the recording and do this again if you want to with different aspects, okay? So either an issue, a desire, or a need on a physical, emotional, mental, or spiritual level. Okay? So hold that. Let's make sure that we are nicely grounded still. So I invite you once more to place your feet on the ground if you can, and close your eyes if you feel comfortable doing so. And really get a sense, and you can even, hold the energy of this desire or need or issue in between your hands. We did a little bit of work earlier, really working with channeling energy. So you can even get a sense and a feel for this energy in your hands. What does this feeling, this desire, this need, this issue feel like? Really get a sense for it. Once you have this clarity within you, I would like you once more to go and check your grounding, making sure that you're nice and safe, safely anchored. And then I would like you to check your connection from your crown to the highest vibration, the highest source of light that is available to you at this time. Make sure that you're centered in your heart, that place where you can just be, that peaceful, healing place. And once again, check your protection, Make sure that you're fully protected and safe in your energy. And now tapping into your own energy, go up and connect with your higher self. And from there, in this heightened vibration, using this group and this community as an extra boost to raise your vibration as well. Go all the way up to reach the highest level of community consciousness that is available to you at this time. Set the intention to connect with the macro energy of community consciousness and feel into this beautiful collective energy. And feel how you are already part of this consciousness. In many ways, in many forms, you are already there. But bring that awareness even more so in your energy. And from this beautiful community consciousness, this beautiful connection, also bring into your awareness the issue or desire or need that you have selected only a few minutes ago. And set the intention to receive healing and guidance and wisdom and support from this community consciousness to help and support you in either solving, healing, or amplifying this energy that you are carrying, whatever it might be most appropriate for you at this time. And feel this beautiful energy, this beautiful healing pouring into you, the highest vibration that not only carries healing, but it carries wisdom and a sense of nurturing support, a sense of shared experience, and a shared collective growth and expansion and benefit. And allow that to pour into whatever it is that you're holding, that one issue or desire or need. And notice how this is changing. You might notice a change in the density. You might notice that it's either growing or shrinking, a different vibration, a different color. It might be completely transmute and transformed. It might be completely released. Or it might feel more dense and tangible. If you're working with a desire or a need, it might feel like it's getting more and more embodied and present. Express your gratitude towards this beautiful community consciousness, to each and every one of the individual vibrations that create this collective vibration, almost like musicians in the same perfectly tuned orchestra. And gently bring your energy down. Reconnect with your higher self and your individuality. Bring your energy down a little bit further, reconnecting with your crown chakra. And continue regrounding yourself into your physical body. stepping from the spiritual layer of your aura down into the mental, down into the emotional, and down into the physical. Set the intention that you disconnect all cords, loving or otherwise, that might have formed during this evening and during this collective consciousness exercise. Visualize a cleansing shower of light, cleansing and clearing the entirety of your energy at the front, at the back, above and below you, on the right and left side. And this beautiful cleansing shower of light releases any energy that doesn't belong to you and safely transmutes it. Check your grounding once more, making sure that you're safe and present in the body, safe and present in the here and now, safe and present into your physical vibration. And once again, surround yourself with a bubble of light. It is a very protective energy. And this time we're going to feel this bubble of light, a beautiful dark green, a beautiful dark forest green, which is beautifully healing and protective. And I'm going to place an additional layer of protection around this bubble by using reflecting mirrors. Take an additional moment to make sure your energy is adjusted. See if any tweaks are needed. Make sure you're not too expanded in your energy, that you're nice and safe back into your own physical vibration. And when you're ready, use the wisdom of your body, guide yourself back into the here and now. It's always very helpful to quietly say your first name to yourself 3 times to really anchor yourself back in. And open your eyes when you're ready. Lovely.
Thank you. That was lovely, Saleh.
Thank you.
Very lovely.
All
Before
right.
we go, are there any questions, any further questions for Saleh before I jump into this exciting month of October? There is a feast. And just quickly to say, those of you who haven't booked for Cape Town Connection Day, tickets are running out really, really quickly. So you better jump in there and get one if you are coming. There are a couple of people who I know on the call who are going to be there. I'm looking forward to connecting with you. And on the 14th, we're going to actually continue the theme. We're doing Meditation Mondays, which will be at 12 o'clock British Standard Time, 1 o'clock South African time in summertime, and then we move on, where I will be doing weekly guided meditations, connecting us into the week, working with consciousnesses, if this is such a word, but really working with that. So even if you can't jump on their live call, there will always be recordings. The following, on the 10th of October, we've got embodiment and energetics, tapping into the wisdom of the body with Shanae. Mark is then going to be doing moving beyond protection, which I'm curious about. And then we're going to be having a look from one of our healers who is a scientist and is going to be talking about the science of vibrational energy and why we need to understand it. So I'm excited about October. Can't wait. I'm in Cape Town for a couple of weeks this month, and then I'm there I'm going to be back in the UK. So really enjoying that. Saleh, thank you so much for a beautiful masterclass, allowing us to connect, allowing us to give and receive, and isn't that our sole purpose, giving and receiving? So, yeah,
We
thank you so
love it.
much.
I always feel like when things get a little bit too complicated and we get lost, I feel like love is our purpose. As simple as that.
Yeah, love is up, and giving and receiving, not just giving love, by the way, everyone. It's the giving and receiving. And on that note, I give you all loads of love for the month of October. I look forward to seeing you. Soleil, loads of love to you. And I'm taking the love back.
Yes, definitely, definitely.
Okay.
Take care, everyone. Bye.
Take care. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.